Yeah.
Oh, what the heck? Jaden! We'll go on your count, Dad. Is it working? Oh, am I going backwards? So yesterday was the first official day that I essentially started my study schedule for year 2. I do not resume school until, I believe it's going to be August 11th as a matter of fact, and that's when we start block 6, which I believe is like introduction to pathology and such, so that we can get used to the flow of how the second year of medical school is going to run. One of the questions I definitely had, and maybe you guys have the same question too, is what do you do during your summer breaks and such? Like, do you even have a summer break when you're in medical school? What I had assumed right before I entered medical school is that once you enter, you're going to have no time. Medical school is going to consume your entire life. Life is going to be but that's not true. But from what I have been told, your summer after first year is your time to go ahead and really enjoy the last taste of a break that you're going to get. What people typically do with their summers is they contribute it to research. They take a break. If they happen to have like burnout from the last block, which was definitely a real thing, they take the time to go ahead and do that. You can do fellowships, do a little bit more shadowing. You basically do what is necessary for you. For me personally, I burnt out maybe a little bit after block 5, but I feel like, passion is still driving me forward immensely thanks to the fact that, I had support and such. And that means I can contribute my time to go to the Dominican Republic to do some research, do some clinical work as well. It looks great on the resume, and take a break over here with my family, spend the 4th of July with them for like 6 days, and then go to Pittsburgh, go travel and do a fellowship over there for addiction. So that's what I'm doing right now. In the meantime, I had received an email from one of our block directors who is essentially responsible for guiding us through the curriculum. She sent out an email with all the resources that we're going to be getting at the medical school. We got Cram Fighter, we got Kaplan question banks, we got UWorld, I believe, probably some other stuff like Sketchy, which is immensely awesome. I'll show you guys that later. And Pathoma, which is for pathology. But essentially, if you guys are scratching your heads, wondering what the heck that is, they're really well-known resources that are effective for doing good on the standardized test that's coming up, that being step 1. I, right now, as a matter of fact, this month, am looking at Sketchy Micro and Sketchy Farm, which is one of the things that our advisor actually recommended us to do in the email. That's what I'm doing during the summer. I am leaving out to Pittsburgh tonight. Today, I just received some emails, and I'm not sure if I told you guys this, but I decided to get involved with being a PAC mentor for the class of 2023. So I'm checking out through my emails at the beginning of the day, and what I want to do before I leave, is definitely pack to get ready to go to Pittsburgh, check through my emails, finish a little bit more of YouTube vlogs and such. Have a drink with one of my friends tonight just to be able to say goodbye. But I am gonna be a mentor, and they actually just sent the email about who we're gonna be having mentees with. Now my favorite part, Facebook stalking. Talk to yourself.
Give me that. How do you record?
You are recording. God, you just sneezed over there. Look, see? You guys probably can't see it, but there is literally a line of I seriously want to say 200 people. Unfortunately, American Airlines had some problems with the weather and a bunch of flights got canceled. So I walked into here And my instant thought was, why is there so many people in this line? Yeah, I keep going towards the back of the line, and I'm like, okay, this kind of sucks. Out of nowhere in the back of the line, I'm kind of eavesdropping, and I hear that the next flight that was available was on Thursday. So I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna miss the first 4 days of the fellowship here, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back home, basically unpack all the stuff that I packed. Thankfully, I go to the station, my flight is booked. I'm gonna cross my fingers and pray to God that I get there safe. My mom's not gonna be happy. Man, what's up guys? It's about 10:24 over here in Pittsburgh right now. I took like a 6-hour nap, I think. It was pretty bad. Just still was trying to transition from like Dominican Republic to Las Vegas and then back to Pittsburgh, so the time differences are just a little bit trippy. So I have settled into my dorm room, as you can see behind me. It's pretty nice actually, compared to the one when I used to stay at like the UNLV dorms. I'm pretty dang content with the conditions I got here, so I gotta say thank you for that. So what's gonna happen is tonight, I gotta go to bed in an hour and a half, even though like I just woke up an hour ago. I'm gonna see if I can bust out a little bit more studying. Definitely behind on my study schedule that I wanted to implement for this summer. I'm pretty excited about tomorrow, seeing like what exactly that has in store. Gonna be meeting the staff, the coordinator, the other students who are participating in the fellowship as well. It's gonna be a brand new experience. This is something I wanna do. Basically just waiting until then, until I'm able to do that. In the meantime, nothing else is going on. I don't know why I said that. I need to go study. You guys want to take a picture? I'm just going into video.
The land American squirrel is a dangerous creature. Unpredictable, unfathomable, and furry and cute.
On a serious note though, squirrels are not to be f***ed with. They are vicious creatures. Sorry guys again. Let me get more serious. Alright, for real. Let me be serious now. Alright, one of the things I had mentioned when I was back in Vegas was this is going to be a time period for a lot of studying, lots of downtime if you want to call that, in the sense that I still needed to recover and such. Long story short, it's been about a week over here in Pittsburgh now. I have really enjoyed the experience so far. I'm pretty dang tired most days. I have basically finished up my first week with the fellowship out of the 3 weeks that I'm here. And in case I didn't go in depth with what exactly I'm doing, I'm over here in Pittsburgh for a 3-week fellowship involving addiction. The organization that I'm specifically a part of is the Institute for Research, Education, and Training in Addiction. As a matter of fact, I talked It's a Catholic university, guys, I forgot about that. So yes, during Block 3 I talked about one of the things that's essential to do during medical school is look and search for opportunities that you can pursue in the summer. One of the things that I stumbled upon was IRETA. Because I want to be a psychiatrist, I exhausted the research list that was sent out to us from the staff considering what do we want to do for research. Seeing that addiction is on the rise within our country, that's going to come as no surprise in the future, and some of you probably already know it is no surprise. I wanted to learn as much as I possibly could with this opportunity, and I basically checked out their page. They had some research studies, as a matter of fact, that those who complete or graduate the course, if you may, from this fellowship definitely have a bigger role, if you may, or significantly bigger advocates for promoting the importance of advocacy to peers, to the healthcare field in general. I can definitely say within just the first week itself, there's been so much I've learned about addiction, whether it be, medications, how do you go ahead and treat, what is the cause of addiction. Basically, the trend that has set off this epidemic, if you may, that has taken the country by surprise. I've been learning a lot from my peers over here too as well. There are 8 of us participating in this particular fellowship, and we're all from different universities. We all get to interact with each other, learn from each other, and during some of the downtimes we get to ask each other, sometimes kind of discuss and debrief about what we had learned from the interactive sessions that we've had. And some of the stuff that we've talked about, to keep it short, we've talked about substances 101, addiction 101. So basically learning, what is substance abuse, what is addiction, what are the effects of alcohol, opioids, physiologically as well as mentally, socially, emotionally, etc., etc. Also, during these latter 2 days is having personal stories from people who are living with the disease of substance use disorders, or alcohol use disorders. Yeah, just basically hearing their story and how they've come their way to recovery. And may I add furthermore, actually, to correct what I said last, is their path currently on recovery, as a matter of fact. It's been a fantastic experience. I think the combination of having a whole bunch of these lectures at the beginning, that along with personal stories, it just creates a really beautiful and harmonious combination to go ahead and learn about addiction in general. The next 2 weeks, there's also going to be shadowing opportunities. So next week we're going to be going to a jail, as a matter of fact, staying there for about 10 hours, experiencing what it's like to be there. I think actually learning a little bit more about motivational interviewing, techniques on how to go ahead and address addiction. Ultimately, just how to build more understanding of what addiction is and how do we as physicians address that. That's what I've been doing for the last week. There's been a couple of times, I get to go out in the beautiful town of Pittsburgh, a small town that closes all their restaurants at 5:30. Yeah. What the f? Yeah. Jokes aside, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, we've got to have time to kind of just go out with my fellowship peers over here, learn a little bit about them, take some time to relax a little bit, and like I said, recover from the madness that was Block 5 and the energy exhaustion that was the Dominican Republic. I've also, I'm not gonna lie, I have fell behind on my studying quite considerably. I am pretty afraid to go ahead and look at my laptop to see what exactly it is I have to complete. My guess is it's probably 50 freaking tasks. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I just wanted to take the time to go ahead and talk to you guys. I'm learning about something I love, connecting with others across the country, which I think is a great opportunity that some of these research opportunities, fellowship opportunities can allow you to do. Because today is Friday and for the next 2 days we don't have anything going on for the fellowship, I will be catching up on all of that studying and such to get my straight and then relax a little bit more. Oh, and another thing, enjoy the fireflies that I didn't even know existed in the East Coast. This is amazing. Funny story before I actually sign off. I was studying and it was getting darker, and then out of nowhere I start to see these yellow strobing lights right under this tree, and I swear to gosh, I thought I was stroking out for a second, but I wasn't. That was the first time Dr. Amor has ever laid eyes on the beautiful creatures that are fireflies.